glad you could join me today. Today we're going to make oatmeal drop cookies. They're made with gluten-free oatmeal and gluten-free flour, so they're easy to make. If you can get the ingredients, it's a tasty treat. You can put raisins, chocolate chips, or just use them as they are, and that's what I'm going to do today. Keep it simple for you. So in this bowl I'm going to combine my half a cup of butter and my sugar, and I'm going to cream those ingredients together. Okay, now that we have the butter and sugar creamed together, we're going to add the egg and the molasses. So we'll put the egg in first, and we'll beat that in there, combine it all up. It'll make a juicy mess, so make sure you use a bowl that's much larger than you need so that you won't have this problem, the stuff slopping up all over the side. And you don't need to have all your ingredients out like I do. I just do this to save time so that you can get the idea of what I'm doing and not waste half an hour while I measure stuff out to show you how to measure stuff when I'm sure you already know how to do that. Okay, now I've done this, I'm going to add the molasses. Scrape this out. This is 1/3 of a cup of molasses, so I'm just going to put that in there. I'm going to add the vanilla at this point. It's just a half a teaspoon. And then I have 1/4 of a cup of sour milk. And if you don't have sour milk, you can make it. It's just, when it's 1/4 of a cup, I put about 1/4 of a teaspoon of lemon juice in the bottom of the cup, and then I pour the milk on top of it, and it'll make the milk sour. And that's all you have to do. Then we're going to combine this until it's all mixed up and nice and juicy. Okay, and I have half a teaspoon of baking soda that I'm going to pour in on top of my gluten-free flour. And this is 1 1/4 cup of gluten-free flour with xanthan gum. Make sure it's xanthan gum in there. And then I'm going to add my liquid into my dry and stir it all around to combine it, and then I'm going to add the oatmeal. This is what the dough is going to look like before we add the oatmeal, which is going to stiffen it up quite a bit. Now, if you don't like butter, you can add margarine in place of butter, or you can use shortening. We don't really, in our house, care for the flavor of shortening in cookies. We like the butter better, so that's what we try to use. But some people don't, and that's fine. It will work with any of those ingredients, margarine or shortening. Now you can see this is quite a juicy looking, soft batter, so it's going to make a nice drop cookie. And at this point, if you wanted to add raisins or chocolate chips, you could do so. Now I'm going to get my baking sheet that has the parchment paper on it and lay out my cookies. Now we're going to drop spoonfuls of cookie dough on a parchment lined cookie tray. If you prefer, you can grease your tray, but I like the parchment, as I've told you before. It just makes for easier cleanup, and the cookies just seem to slide off like a miracle. So I'm going to put out 12 of them. Because I've said in the past, if you have a toaster oven and you want to do it in your toaster oven, it's the same thing. It's 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. You have to keep an eye on them. With the butter, you're never really sure what temperature they're going to really cook at and how big your cookie is. So. And of course, if you were using a toaster oven, you'd only want to put out 6 because you'd only have one of those little tiny cookie pans. We have a family member who has one that they do some baking in, and they can only make 6 cookies at a time. But they're just as good, and nobody knows that there's only 6 at a time. Alright, so we're going to put this in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes at 350, and then we're going to have a nice oatmeal drop cookie. I hope you enjoy these cookies when they come out of the oven. This kitchen's going to smell delicious.